Greetings, fellow scribes! Welcome back to the archive. This video is part of my series on the individual tribes of Werewolf the Apocalypse. I will be going into each tribe covering the same basic details, their history and mythology, their biases, strengths, weaknesses, and a bit of information about their camps, their sub-organizations within the tribes. Now, this is going to be a bit of a boilerplate for all of these, so I don't have to redo a video every single one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we talk about this tribe. The bottom of the heap, the bottom of the barrel, the dregs of society. The dedicated Omegas. These are terms that come to one's mind when talking about the Bone Gnawers. And the rest of the Garou Nation seems to think that the Bone Gnawers are proud of being the outcasts. And they kind of are. But not for the reasons that the rest of the Garou Nation thinks. It's really because they ideologically don't fit with the rest of the Garou Nation. And there's a couple main reasons for this. First is they put survival first. As their tribal totem is rat, rat first and foremost is a survivor. And given what they have to survive, given that the Bone Gnawers live among the homeless in many cases, that they are able to fend for themselves and keep living no matter what is thrown at them. That is something that they are proud of. Considering most of the other tribes actually have some support from the rest of their tribe, or from other tribes, or from the rest of the sept, and Bone Gnawers don't, because they're the bottom of the heap. Or, as their name implies, after the kill, they're the ones left with nothing but the bones of the carcass, trying to gain sustenance from the marrow. Now then, on top of that is that their organizational structure is very different from most of the other tribes. Most of the other tribes view everything in a very authoritarian way. Here's the alpha. Everyone obeys the alpha. Here's the beta. Everyone except the alpha obeys the beta. Here's the tribal elders. Everyone except the sept alpha and sept beta obeys the tribal elders. And working that way all the way down. The Bone Gnawers, though, have a more democratic philosophy. They believe that, yes, we have elders. Yes, we listen to what they say. We give deference to them because they've survived longer, and therefore they know a lot more shit. But we're not going to just say, oh look, this person is an elder, he's going to lead us. We're going to decide, as a group, who our elders will be. Who our leader will be. And any elder who doesn't listen to the Bone Gnawers who are under him, quickly finds themselves in a rebellion. There is a sept in Russia, the People's Will. And in 1917, the Silver Fang who led it was killed. And after that, most of the other Sept Alphas were pretty much figureheads. Until one of the more recent Sept Alphas, a Shadow Lord. And this Shadow Lord tried to bring the Sept of the People's Will into his view of things. Tried to make them obey him and act like a Shadow Lord thought a Sept should act. He was found face down in the snow in front of the Kremlin. Dead. And since then, the Bone Gnawers have said they're not going to pick a new Sept Alpha. Because this is how they do things. The Bone Gnawers do not respect anyone who does not respect them. Or who does not at least listen to them. And then the third reason why the Bone Gnawers do not work well with other Garou, again, ties to their totem of rat. You see, other Garou like to wage war against the worm via frontal attacks, via stand-up fights. And the Bone Gnawers don't do that. Because after all, it's only a fair fight if you lose. The Bone Gnawers' attitudes towards fights are, let's ambush, let's set up traps, let's fight as dirty as we can, because you know what? The worm's gonna fight dirty. You know, a Silver Fang will fight you in a stand-up duel with a clave. While a Bone Gnawer might prepare a bear trap into the dueling ground ahead of time to push the Silver Fang onto. Or he might, at the right point, just throw mud or dirt into the Fang's eyes. Because he's not fighting to prove he's right. He's fighting to live. And that means Bone Gnawers will fight dirtier, without any attachment to the idea of honor. And that really sits wrong with many Garou. Especially the Geta Fenris, the Shadow Lords, the Silver Fangs, and the Black Furies. Of course, as we continue with this, the Bone Gnawers are the outcasts of Garou society. They will actually accept anyone into their tribe. They treat everyone equally. This is important because this means that they actually treat their metis fairly well. First off, this is because they have a lot of metis. Because when other tribes treat their metis crappily, the Metis go away from those tribes. And a Garou needs a tribe, really. Needs this feeling of connection to others. And so, they join the Bone Gnawers. The Bone Gnawers will accept anyone. Someone who has disagreements with their own tribe? Sure, we'll let you in. After all, they bring different knowledge, different ways to survive. So they can help expand the knowledge of the Bone Gnawers. And this is another important thing about the Bone Gnawers. Because of their recruiting, not all Bone Gnawers are born to Bone Gnawers, or Bone Gnawer kin. So as a tribe, they don't have an actual history. They've got a couple little stories that they claim, but they don't have a unified history. And it's not important to them. History doesn't help one survive in the here and now. History doesn't get one that next meal when you're cold and starving. It doesn't keep you warm. It doesn't get you food. And so the Bone Gnawers don't really care about it. Or at least not to the extent the other tribes do. And again, they accept everyone. And so, let's bring these Metis in. They've had to survive this long. Let's welcome them in. Let's teach them that they matter, that they belong somewhere. Even if it's with us scum. Even if it's with us rabble. And because of this, because of how generally unselective they are, the Bone Gnawers are generally considered the rabble of the Sept. In many cases, they are not allowed even into the bond of the Sept. Or they have to go through so much to be able to be there to learn gifts, learn rights, that they generally just don't bother with it that often. Instead, they hold their own tribal gatherings in just random places. It used to be the story that for the revel of a Bone Gnawer moot, they would pool up money, go buy a bunch of stuff from a local McDonald's, and then that would be the feast. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of not. Because again, this is looking at from the fact that most Bone Gnawers are depicted as being from among the homeless, the other outcasts of human society. But they hold their own tribal gatherings away from the Sept, generally meeting in the Umbra over an alley. But, again, that's the way they do things. They find also the decentralization, the moving of these stomping grounds, also makes it harder for their enemies, such as the worm, to find where they are. Because, again, they survive, and they fight dirty. Guerrilla tactics, guerrilla warfare is keep moving. Never let yourself be pinned down. That's what they do. They keep themselves decentralized. They keep themselves mobile. They keep themselves dispersed except for gatherings. And those gatherings are never usually held in the same place twice in a row. And of course, when you talk about them, you have to talk about their camps. And their camps are a mishmash of oddities. You've got one camp called the Ratfinks. Information and intel gathering experts. But man, they love doing it through unusual ways. They use their spirits, of course, but they will relay the information maybe through notes taped on the backs of people's jackets. Maybe through a series of one-word phone calls from different payphones to a specific number. Maybe through cryptograms. Maybe through rat spirits bringing bits of paper in seemingly random orders. And they consider it a challenge to others to decode their messages. They're funny that way. You've got a camp called the Road Warders. They are hitchhiking hobo Garou. That's pretty much the best way to describe it. They live their lives traveling from city to city, never staying in one place, hitchhiking, hopping trains, hopping subways, just going from place to place. Then there's the Swarm. This is the fun camp. This is the war camp of the tribe. And no one knows how many there are. No one knows who they all are. Which is actually a very common thing with the Bone Gnawers. Their tribal elders literally do not know what camps everyone belongs to, where they are, etc., etc. Intentionally. Well, because, if you don't know it, you can't have it tortured out of you. But the Swarm, they will communicate sometimes with their own elders via spirits, but for the most part, they're decentralized. They constantly wage small-scale, low-action guerrilla attacks on worm agencies and such like. But what they do is always in preparation because they believe that this is all training for when the final battle comes. Because when that comes, their whole strength will be mustered. And they'll get to fight dirty in the final battle. And then we have the camp that's the dirty secret of the Bone Gnawers. The camp that they have been trying to kill. The Man-Eaters. The name says it all. This tribe eats humans. And the big moment where they found out just how dangerous a threat this camp was at the Sept of Dandelion Hill. A group of Bone Gnawers were investigating a stolen fetish. And they came to this sept, this small sept, out in the middle of nowhere in Appalachia. And they were offered a great feast. And as they were looking around, they noticed that there were a lot of fetishes and talons made with intricately carved bone. And then they found where the source of the feast was. The remains of 30 humans. And then they fled. They fled through the woods of Appalachia for 3 days. 4 of the pack were captured, killed, and potentially eaten by the members of the Sept of Dandelion Hill. The 5th member was able to make it to a Fianna cairn. And the Fianna were able to get word out, and war packs from several different cairns descended on the Dandelion Hill cairn and wiped it out. In the aftermath of this, the Bone Gnawers developed a right, the right of the man-taint, to find those who've been eating humans and have been actively hunting the Man-Eaters camp to the point where they believe that it has been wiped out. Or, while it's not been wiped out, the few survivors are very much in hiding. But they'll find them eventually. Because Rat will find a way. And that is really it for the Bone Gnawers. They are a simple yet complex tribe. They put a great emphasis on survival. And they accept their position, sometimes to the point of groveling, as the Omegas of the Garou Nation. Because they know when push comes to shove, the rest of the nation needs them. Because, well, the rest of the Garou Nation just can't fight like they can. So, that is it for this video. My next video will be on the Silver Fangs. So, until then, remember to have fun keep gaming. And if you like this channel, please click like and subscribe down below. See you next time.